2024 presidential campaign came to the Upper Peninsula today. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff arrived at Marquette Sawyer Regional Airport at around 2 p.m. today. They then made their way over to the Ordock Brewing Company for their first stop on the Women for Biden campaign. The First Lady emphasized the importance of women voting during this election.
And they think that we can be ignored? They don't know that our to-do lists are our battle maps. And when our bodies are on the line, when our daughters' futures are at stake, when our country and its freedoms hang in the balance, we, women, are immovable and unstoppable.
Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff highlighted President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris's dedication to protecting reproductive freedoms.
I have an 83-year-old mother. I have a 24-year-old daughter. How is it possible that we're going to have a world where my 83-year-old mother would have more rights than my 24-year-old daughter? That is completely wrong, and it's unacceptable, and we must change it.
Several dozen people were also outside the event. Our crew there told us they spoke with a number of Biden supporters and people who were just curious about why people had blocked off the road. The loudest group outside the Ordock, however, were young protesters criticizing Joe Biden's support of Israel, calling its conflict with Palestinians a genocide. We asked one activist outside about what he hoped the First Lady was saying inside.
I want to hear that she's going to be defunding the ongoing genocide in Palestine, and I want to hear that she is listening to what her constituents have to say, which is an end to the genocide in Palestine, an immediate ceasefire now. People are dying. Tens of thousands of people are dying, women, children, doing nothing, sitting there trying to live, being excluded from the basic rights to live.
And then the counter argument, it's all Israel defending itself October 7th. They have a right to do so. What do you think about that?
I think that it's a gross misinterpretation. Like, if you honestly think what Israel is doing right now is a legitimate military defense, you know pretty much nothing about military logistics. There's no way an entirely occupied army, even an insurgency, even if every member of Hamas was living in Rafah right now, it's not the way to end it. Like, bombing them is not the way to end it. They're not combatants. They're women, they're children, they're people trying to live. And just like we're trying to live, you know?
After today's stop in Marquette, Biden and Emhoff made their way to the eastern UP, where they are currently speaking with the Bay Mills Indian community and the Sault Ste. Marie tribe of Chippewa Indians, and also talk about health care with them tomorrow afternoon. After that, they tour the Sioux Locks in Sault Ste. Marie and then travel to other events downstate.